Amazon delivery service partners are hiring full-time delivery drivers to meet growing customer demand. Receive compensation of at least $20 per hour at select stations, plus benefits and a sign-on bonus of $1,000 from participating DSPs if you apply now. No delivery experience required. Must be 21 years or older. Terms apply. Apply today at amazon.com/driver. That's amazon.com/driver.
Hey everyone, welcome back to 10 Squared. I'm your host, Chris Donovan, and today's show is all about the Disney Plus cartoon series called The Bad Batch. It's a Star Wars cartoon. The Bad Batch is on Disney Plus, like I said, and is a Star Wars cartoon that follows a group of clone troopers that were genetically altered to have a certain set of skills and strengths. They all are different. Like one's bullseye, the other one's really, really tough, the other one's smart, a good leader. There's the other guy has a robot arm, so he can go into the computers like the nerd, like Donatello from the Ninja Turtles. And all this starts taking place right after Order 66 was executed, and the clone troopers had to kill the Jedi. However, it only affected one of the Bad Batch. All right, the plot is it's a series. It starts out with Order 66 being executed and the end of the Clone Wars, and only one of the Bad Batch was affected by the inhibitor chip that was in their head that was supposed to make them execute Order 66 to kill the Jedi. This finds the other ones, except for that one, traitors to the Empire because they don't want to kill the Jedi. They think that it's wrong, so they have to go out and kind of go on the run in a sense. They get wrapped up with some fun people throughout the galaxy. We get some visits from some of my favorite characters across all the other Star Wars platforms. They also end up picking up a kid who tags along with them, and you learn about how Omega, her name, is also a clone, just like them, but a little different. The acting in this, well, it's a cartoon, but the voice actor's always good. The dude that has the voice of the clones has the best job in the world. It's his voice. Okay, in the beginning, they literally are executing Order 66. Was declared by the Emperor, and it's basically the end of Clone Wars Season 7 and the end of Episode 3. If you remember, the Bad Batch shows up in the last season of the Clone Wars, so that kind of kicked off the fact that we get to see them. Only one of the Bad Batch was affected by the inhibitor chip in their head, so they bounce, they go running, and then they have to do these odd jobs to pay off the debt that they ensued while they were trying to escape and, not get caught by the Empire. All while this is happening, the one that had the inhibitor chip that had them execute Order 66 is trying to hunt them down. We jump to the middle, and then during the series, you get some cool visits from the Rancor from Jabba. Jabba actually buys it in this series, and you get to see that. We also get some cool crossovers from Rebels. A couple bounty hunters come through there, and we also figure out that Omega is a little older than she looks, or he. And while all this is happening, we learn that the TK troopers are taking the place of the clones, and most of them are being decommissioned. The clones are. But if you listen throughout the show, they say, TK troopers. You remember the very first Star Wars, which was Episode 4. There's a part where they're like, TK421, get back to your post. So yeah, kind of cool. All right, we jump to the end. The Bad Batch find themselves back on Kamino, and that's the planet where all the clones were made, including them, but they were created in a lab that Omega actually had to take them back to. They had to sneak into the compound to try to save one of their own. So after they sneak onto the planet and find out that the TK troopers and the Empire are there taking the head scientist, the really tall Kamino person, and they're deleting all the information on the drives. They do, however, rescue their friend, but while all this is happening, Grand Moff Tarkin is up in a Star Destroyer, and they blow up the facility that all the clones were made in. So while this happened, the Bad Batch got stuck, and they had to find their way out. With the luck of a robot and Omega knowing a few things since she's a couple hundred years old, I believe, he or she led them on their way out, and they made it back to their ship. Now, my favorite part was when the Rancor came out. It was Episode 5, and the Bad Batch had to go, and their job was to get the Rancor back to the person that wanted it, because that person was delivering it to Jabba the Hutt as the pet. So, if you remember Return of the Jedi, Luke falls down into the pit with the big green pig-looking thing, and he kills the Rancor. So we get to see it from the day Jabba gets it to the day it dies. My favorite actor, well, I mean, they're all characters, so I really liked how they were showing the transition from the clone troopers to the TK troopers. Happens so subtly throughout the show, but the droids in this are also really funny and pivotal. All right, I'm gonna rate this one 8 squared. There were a number of episodes that were basically the same storyline. They could have just, I don't know, I mean, they were paying off debt, so they had to go on these runs, but I feel like they could have done something differently to make it a little better. I'm not sure exactly what they could have done. I guess I gotta hit up Dave Filoni and help him out. Maybe not. All right, guys, that's the end of the show. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you go to thisisfunner.com to find out all my other podcasts and all the other projects we're working on. And find me on Twitter, Chris_Donovan. Catch you later.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.